Jacob Fatu officially acknowledges Roman Reigns, and spoiler alert, I think we're going to get another Bloodline Civil War later on this year at Survivor Series. And I guess we got to be in for it if we're going to watch this WWE product for the rest of the year because it is Bloodline season. So, with that, welcome to the 716 Sports Entertainment Podcast. I'm your host, Mike, joined by Mr. Sean O'Neill. And Sean, what did you think of Monday Night Raw? And where do we go from here?
Much like Riyadh season, Bloodline season is eternal. So I believe I called it several months ago, and you were like, please, dear God, do not let this happen. And I'm apparently a savant. So
Here's something all right.
I I can't hate on this episode of Raw. It was not like a bad episode of Raw or anything. It just felt kind of, I think, lacking is the best word to use. It didn't feel like it really advanced a whole lot. Like there was a bunch of just talking just to talk. And I mean, at least we got the King of the Ring, the first two matches for the King and Queen of the Ring tournament out of the way. So there was a little bit, but I just don't. I feel like this was kind of spinning its wheels.
Yeah, I mean, let's talk about this segment and then we can kind of break it down. So, Roman Reigns came to the ring for thunderous applause from the Italy crowd, and man, these European shows, like, I don't want to sound like a jerk, but America, get your shit together because like we can't we don't hold the candle to these European crowds. They just love them some WWE. So that was really cool to see because it took like 12 minutes before of like from when the show started to recaps to Roman's entrance to cheering to when Roman said his first word. Like 12 minutes of that, which was like wild. But Roman didn't say much. Typical, Roman spiel, right? And Jacob finally made his way out, and there was kind of a little bit of tension between Jay and Jacob, and I really wanted Jacob to just slug Jay. I thought it would have been like really, really cool, but
Right there with you.
ultimately Jacob, like a man, took a knee in front of Roman, and Roman pulled him up, shook his hand, and said, "You don't understand this, but I love you." Jimmy welcomed him to the bloodline, and all four men gave their ones to the sky. And Jacob was a little bit behind the rest of them as they made their way out of the ring. And then there was another minor segment a little bit later where, which this is what I want to get into as well, because I feel like this is going to be the future here. Because there really isn't much more to say about this segment in particular. But we saw Roman backstage a little bit after this, where he was watching a replay basically of himself and Cody Rhodes making eye contact, where he was like, "Yeah, I'll deal with him later." And then he told Jay basically like, "Look, go win the tournament and go and get that other belt." So, what do you make of all that?
Well, first off, I wanted Jacob to smack the taste out of Jay's mouth. Like this version of Jay Uso is incredibly insufferable. Like he just is acting like such a dickbag, and I want to see him get his ass kicked. But I really don't want them to, as much as I don't want them to unify the titles, maybe that's a good thing. You know what I mean? Maybe it will allow them to fix SmackDown if they, instead of treating it as two separate shows, just start treating it as an extension of Raw. You know what I mean? I feel like there's the potential, there are some potential timelines where it could be a good thing, but I don't know that I want to see that. I think the idea of having your second champion gives more people more opportunities. And if WWE could just figure their shit out, it would be fine the way it is.
I think two championships is a really, really, really bad idea. They created that other championship because Roman was the champion forever, and I don't want Roman to be the champion forever. Like I don't want that. I swear to God, if they go in that direction, it's going to be a nightmare. Now the tag team titles, yeah, you should unify those because you don't have enough tag teams, and you don't seem to really give a crap about the tag team titles. So, but the world titles, no. Absolutely not. Maybe for the women, but absolutely not for the men. Because you don't have like any storylines for the women, and I don't really think anyone really gives a crap that Liv Morgan is the champion right now because again, she did next to nothing on this show too. Um, but yeah, I don't know. I think that's a mistake. I think it's a big mistake when you just got away from that. What was it, 4 or 5 years ago?
Yeah, I completely agree. And I'm struggling for a moment here, even though I literally just watched Raw. But was Liv even actually on Raw?
Yeah, she had a segment with Roxanne towards
Oh
the
yeah, she did.
so not the best. I don't know, but I just have a feeling that that's the direction we're going to go. That is going to be the Mania 43 night 2 main event, and Roman's going to win.
I
Tell me,
don't know because I
tell
don't
me
know
I'm wrong.
I don't know because I don't know if Roman will have the title by Mania next year. I mean, if he does, we can all but guarantee that that's what's going to happen. But if he doesn't, I mean, I don't know that they combine him if he doesn't. Especially given the fact that Roman has already come out and talked about how he doesn't want to wrestle too much longer. And the rumors of the contract issues with him backstage.
Yeah, where do those reports come from? Because if it's Dave Meltzer, it's false, but if it's anybody else, it might be true.
I'll have to dig into it a little bit more just to see who started him originally. But I've seen him from a couple different people talking about him, so I'll do a little bit of more research to see exactly who started him for the next time we talk about it.
Yeah. We had our first match in the King of the Ring qualifiers, which saw Penta versus Solo Sikoa with versus Obafemi versus Carmelo Hayes, and this match was all about Obafemi and how could he take on all foes after his beating from Brock Lesnar, and Oba, sure enough, just killed everybody. And it was great. All three men did their best to try and take Oba out. And there was a few moments in this match where, there was some single stuff going on between the other three guys, but this match was all about Oba and Zilla, or not Zilla, Tonga, or what the hell's his name? Talatonga, thank you. Tried to take him out a little bit and did get him over the barricade, but then a little bit towards the end of the match, he picked him straight up and didn't put him through the announce table, but just basically tossed him over the announce table and, eventually hit the fall from grace to pick up the win and cut a really vicious promo after the fact. And I'd like to say that if you watched our other video where we predicted this whole thing out, I'm 1 for 1 and soon to be 2 for 2 when we get into the other match a little bit later. But yeah, I thought this was perfect, and this is booked exactly the way it needed to be.
You got the Samoan's name wrong. It's Tall Guy Tonga.
Tall guy Tonga.
But yeah, this match was a very good part two to what happened yesterday with Brock demolishing Oba and showing what kind of monster that Femi is, and the fact that even going from yesterday into a match where he's basically outnumbered 3-1 and 4-1 if you include the tall guy, and overcoming those odds to the point of actually winning and advancing in the King of the Ring tournament, which, of course, credit to you, you did basically predict exactly how this would go. And I think that his promo afterwards was absolute fire with
Mm-hmm.
calling out Brock the way that he did.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that that is why we're going to see Brock attack him in the semifinals because there's no way Brock can't respond to that.
No, I absolutely not. And I think that like looking at the rest of that card, Braun has to advance on the next one because it's the only person that makes sense to advance and for Brock to help, right? Because of the Paul Heyman connection, you know. And when we get to the main event too, there was obviously a little bit more here because this whole show was really kind of, there's a lot focused on Paul Heyman and the vision and everything else in this show as well, right? So yeah, certainly interesting. Next, we saw Sol Ruka come out, who defeated Becky Lynch for the Intercontinental Championship on Sunday. And she just basically, I liked the way her pants looked. They kind of looked like that bubble yum fruit stripe gum, which was kind of neat. She didn't really say much, just basically, thanked Becky for the great match, and she's like ready to test herself against the best. I was hoping somebody would come out here, but I mean, this was fine. I'm not like repulsed by this. So, new champion, just, and the crowd was into her music. It's the first time I've actually got to like listen to her music, and because it seems like she often comes out during commercial breaks, but I like her music, and I hope they do a good job pushing her.
Yeah, at first I thought her music sounded kind of generic, but once you listen to it a little bit longer, I think it's a better theme than people give it credit for. And now all I'm going to be able to see are those fruit stripe pants because of you. But I like the fact that she thanked Becky. I thought this was a pretty good winners promo. And especially, I mean, you could tell she's still not the best with promos because there were a couple points there where she sounded kind of wooden. But I think overall, she's got a very, very bright future, especially with them putting a title on her this early. It
Yeah,
tells you everything you need to know about WWE's opinion of her.
yeah,
They have to be incredibly high on her to give her a title this soon.
yeah, absolutely. Next, we had a tag team
Who do
match.
you think,
Oh,
before
sorry,
we go on, who do you think is going to be her next challenger?
Maxine,
You think so?
maybe.
I mean, I could get behind that. I mean, based on some of the stuff we saw. I was just curious before we went on because I was thinking about it after it happened, who they could put up against her next.
I mean, Maxine had a backstage segment where she, got in Adam Pearce's face for not being in the Queen of the Ring tournament, and so she might just demand a match against Sol Ruka and like start to get annoying with Adam Pearce, and maybe he'll just put her in that spot. You know. We also had a backstage segment as well with Los Angeles Knight where he got into Adam Pearce's face as well, basically calling him a bloodline simp, more or less. And I enjoyed this. And I'm starting to think that LA Knight is probably going to win his match. But I also am of the mind, too, that LA Knight should get another match against Roman Reigns, which I don't
I
think he'd
think
win, which would suck, but he should get another match.
I don't know if they're setting it up as like a backup plan or if they're setting it up as the actual plan for him, but with the way that he's been going on about everything that the bloodline had done, and I love that he called Adam Pearce a simp, and the fact that what he did with his hand, where he was like, "Oh, what's in your hand?"
Yeah.
he put up the one, was he is such a great promo guy, and it's really a shame that WWE just doesn't give him a chance to run with the ball. I think that as a short term 2 to 3 month champion, Los Angeles Knight would be fantastic. I think that that would be a great time for those 2 to 3 months. And he can just, I think him being a transitional champ, especially at his age, would be perfectly fine too.
Yeah. I mean, he's not going to beat Roman Reigns, but I would, yeah, I would like that a lot. And yeah, I don't know what they're going to do with him. He's going to probably be on the team that's opposite Roman Reigns at Survivor Series, I would imagine.
Didn't he have problems with Solo too, though?
Assuming it's Solo's group that ends up being there, it might be a hodgepodge of like faces because it seems like Roman is kind of going back to being a heel again, you know?
Yeah,
So it could be Team Cody versus Team Roman,
I could see that.
you know? I don't know. Next, we had Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee versus Ethan Page and Rusev, and this pissed me off. This pissed me off a lot. Why did Rey Mysterio have to pin Ethan Page here? Why did the faces have to win here? Why couldn't Dragon Lee just take the loss here? Or why did you even book this match, to be completely honest with you? Like, what are we doing with Rey Mysterio? You just, like, if you want to just give him a match against Penta that he's going to lose, just give him a match against Penta that he's going to lose. Why do you need to bury up and coming Ethan Page and Rusev, who didn't take the loss, but I mean, didn't take the pin, but still took the loss? Like, why book this match at all? Just have Rey Mysterio and Penta do their thing, and then have him lose, and then have him go back to being the general manager of AAA. Like this pissed me off a lot. Like I hate it that Ethan Page took the pin here. Like I don't care about the match. The match was fine. The booking of this match was idiotic.
So learned that Rey Mysterio is going to take the title off of Penta. With what a big deal they're making out of him wanting this match and all of this, I'm just real worried that WWE is going to pull something stupid here and put the title on Rey. And yeah, he's a legend. Yeah, he's so on and so forth. But I don't think that that's a smart idea. I mean, you have all these other guys who are much better suited for this current angle and feud and everything. And that includes Rusev and Ethan Page, who, for some reason, took the pin. Like, you have a very simple Dragon Lee in the ring there, who everybody's used to him getting pinned. Like,
Yeah.
I don't understand it. This is a case of WWE booking something that I can't quite wrap my head around.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't understand. And I'm completely with you. I don't know why they did this. I thought this was really bad booking, and I thought this was just a big mistake overall. The whole situation about it. I don't like any of this, and I hope you're not right. I still think it's going to be either, Rusev or Ethan Page or maybe even Javon Evans that ends up taking that title off of Penta. But this just pissed me off. This whole thing just pissed me off a lot. I was really friggin' annoyed when like, with the way this one ended.
Yeah, I think it was pointless is what it comes down to. I mean, the match itself, like you said, is
Fine,
was
it was a good
fun,
match. It was a fine
but
match.
storyline wise, and part of me is wondering if this is something Penta wanted, if he wanted to work with Ray before Ray was done, and I'm wondering if this is how they're doing it.
Oh, I'm sure that exactly is the case, but you don't need to do that at the expense of talent. Just
I
book
agree.
the match. Ray's a legend. Just book the match.
Yep, I completely agree.
Like it's literally that simple. You just book the match.
Yeah,
Like you don't need to do any of this other crap at all. We know Ray can wrestle. We don't need to see him beat Ethan Page. I
right.
don't need to see that. I think that's a wild mistake.
It's another case of WWE burying their newer to the roster talent for no reason.
Yeah. I don't know, dude. Uh Next up, the Queen of the Ring opening match between Io Sky, Roxanne Perez, Julia, and Lash Legend. This match was fun. This was a lot of fun. All four of these women got a chance to shine. The crowd was really into Julia, which was cool, with her being half Italian. I really liked that a lot. I loved how they popped when she got her entrance, which was cool. But this match was all about Io. It was all about Io. When I did, in our predictions of how this whole thing was going to break down, I did say that Io was going to pick up the win here. And sure enough, after a bunch of shenanigans, she ultimately hits the moonsault and pins Julia to pick up the win. And I liked everything about this match. Like I said, all four women got a chance to shine. They all did what they're good at. Io was flying around. Lash hit a bunch of big power spots. Roxanne and Julia also hit a lot of like fun, like really awesome, like maneuverable spots as well. So I liked everything about this. All four of these women looked really good coming out of this.
Something felt different about Julia too. Like, and even Corey Graves mentioned it that
Dreads were gone.
yeah, I'm wondering if we're gonna be getting a character change out of
She felt like a face too.
yeah. Like I think and like she was more excitable than she was as a heel. So it almost feels like her NXT kind of character run.
Mhm.
And obviously you did call this correctly too as EO winning, which makes sense. And it's to be expected. I mean, she was the best one overall in this match.
Mhm. And then we had the main event, which was hyped all night long. It's Seth Rollins versus Braun Breaker in a rematch that got a lot of time. Good half an hour this match got. And this was awesome. This match was absolutely awesome. I mean, of course it was because these two guys are absolutely fantastic. And Braun got a lot of the match early. He's really just pounding away on Rollins. Rollins got a really cool power bomb out of the corner. They eventually fought their way outside, and Rollins attempted to go for, or Braun attempted to go for a spear on the announce table, and Rollins hits him with the pedigree, tossed him into the ring, got him in, hit him with the stomp, only for Paul Heyman to put his foot on the rope there. And then, they just kept going back and forth. Eventually, Austin Theory hit the ring to try and get the interference spot. But he was fought off by Montez Ford, who came in. And eventually, Braun went for another spear. But as Paul Heyman was arguing with the referee, uh, Rollins held the title, and Breaker kind of speared the title. Looked like his shoulder hit the title. And then Rollins hits him again with the curb stomp to pick up the 1, 2, 3. So now these guys are 1 for 1. And as I said before, I think this is going to be the final in the King of the Ring. I really do, between these two guys.
I mean, it's the perfect setup for a final match between these two. Is Night of Champions in Saudi, finals of the King of the Ring, and didn't who did Cody beat for the King of the Ring? It was Seth, right?
Gunther.
Oh, it was Gunther.
Oh, well, no. Seth beat him last year. Seth beat Cody last year in the champion versus champion match.
Okay.
But Cody won King of the Ring, or Cody won. What the hell did Cody win? No, Cody just beat Gunther. I think Cody beat Gunther in the champion versus champion match a couple
Yeah,
years
it.
ago.
I think Cody beat Seth in the King of the Ring to go on to face Cena, right?
I don't remember this. No,
Cody won King of the Ring last year. We know that because he faced
Orton, right?
no, he faced Cena last year, last summer.
Right, but he beat Randy Orton in the finals.
No, that was Gunther and Orton.
No, 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 no. Cody beat Randy Orton
Did he?
In Saudi Arabia last year. Yeah,
Okay, so Orton made two King of the Ring finals in a row.
yeah,
I didn't remember that.
I think so. Yeah, I know Cody beat Orton at a Saudi show to
So
win
yeah, it
to
must
win
have
King of the
been.
Ring, to win to go on to face. I think that was to win to go on to face Cena.
Okay. Yeah, yeah, I think you're right. I think it was Orton. But irregardless, I think that them as the finals for Night of Champions is a great setup, especially with everything going on with the Street Profits and all that. And by then, I have a feeling we will see Bronson back. And
I thought he was going to
I
come back
I
here.
yeah, I'm kind of surprised we didn't see him. And especially if you've seen how he looks with working out. Um, I do love the fact that Heyman got speared through the barricade.
Yeah, he
Like
took it like
that's not something you normally see Heyman take. So that was, I bet he's off TV for a week or so.
Mhm. Yeah. So yeah, the whole thing was good. What did you make of the show?
I give the show a B plus. I think it was a good overall show. It just didn't really do a whole lot as far as advancing a ton of things. I mean, we got the King of the Ring, obviously, and we got our Seth Rollins and Braun going forward at least to another match at some point. But it was above. I give it above average, and I enjoyed it. So that's the important part.
Yeah, I also enjoyed it. It was a good show. I think that some of the stuff is fun. I'm not loving some of the directions we're going to go, and I'm hoping that we're just speculating right now. I really
Yeah.
hope that Cody and Roman and a title unification is not the answer. Maybe that little tease was just like a Survivor Series champion versus champion. Maybe that's what they'll end up doing, is they'll
Yep.
just do a champion versus champion match. And you know what? If Roman wins that, fine. Like if Roman wins the champion versus champion match, like I guess so be it, you know.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think with that, my final rating for the show is a Master Gables coming back out of 5. And they did have a replay of the the mask versus mask match as well after this. Which, if you don't get a chance to watch that, like I was said in our review video, one of the best matches I've seen in probably the last 5 years. Absolutely
Yeah.
spectacular. Absolutely spectacular. I don't know if you wanted to add anything, like a couple minutes on that.
For the fact that a match of the year contender is going to come out or as one of like out of AAA is incredible. And like the story that those two told in the ring, everything, the blood that they shed, the story that Gable told afterwards, it was heartfelt, and it was one of the best wrestling matches and segments that I've ever seen.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm completely with you on that. So that's our show, guys. So thank you so much as always for joining us. Let us know what you guys thought of Monday Night Raw in the comments below. Did you like it? Was this kind of a fast episode? Because it definitely felt like it. But
Yep.
with that, I have been Mike, and I've been joined by Mr. Heartbreak Kid. So as always, smash that like and subscribe button. We do appreciate all the support as we are making our way towards 2K. So with that, have yourselves a fantastic evening and take care.